Do you have trouble planning your day and accomplishing your goals? Well, I've had that problem before, and here's how I fixed it. Coming up next.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the sky, touch the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog.
Hey guys, this is Broke to Beast, where I make videos about starting your own business, online or offline, as well as follow along my own journey. Before we start, if you like entrepreneurship and business content, make sure you go down below and subscribe, because we're almost at 100 subscribers, because we post videos every day helping you achieve your success in your businesses. Anyways, let's get to the topic. So here I just printed this out to show you guys what a day of work looks like for me. And here it is. So as you can see in the top, this is literally my to-do list, what I really have to do. And then after that, I have the time of the audiobook that I'm listening to. So if something happens to YouTube, I know where I was at. Then after this, we have the things that I have to do every single day. And then after that, we have the things to do, that things that if I have time, I'll accomplish in that day. And if not, I'll do it in the next day. It's not too complicated, but I think it's really important in order to be really proactive and to be able to organize your day very successfully, so you can be sure that you're accomplishing stuff in your day. You're not just doing bullshit, right? You have to have real actual work that you have to do. And so here are a few things that I'd like to talk about when planning your day. First things first, emails. I think opening emails in the first part of the day is not a good idea, because emails are a very reactive activity. So if you're in the state of mind where you are happy, you've just maybe drank coffee, you're hydrated, you woke up, you had a good night's of sleep, and you're ready to get to work. If you have an influence from the outside that you might have a strong reaction to, right? So if you use emails to try to get clients or to talk to clients, and if something happens bad outside of your control, that actually can penalize you and can take your mood down, and it won't help you towards the rest of the day. So I'd say leave emails later. So if you wake up in the morning, I'd say do it in the afternoon towards the end of your day, or at least try to accomplish the most artistic type of goals that you have for the day before you check your emails. So you can be sure it won't be influenced by that negative or even positive energy. The second most important thing is that you always have to write this list, the to-do list, the night before. There's a few reasons for this, but the most important one is that willpower. If you have a certain amount of willpower, so if you wake up the next day and you still haven't planned what you have to do for the day, there's one more task that you have to do. And so if you plan it the night before, you're basically wearing two hats. The night before, you're the CEO of yourself or of your company, delegating tasks to everybody, and then the next day you just have one hat, and that's the worker hat that has to accomplish those tasks. You don't have to do both. You're not multitasking, which means you won't be using as much energy. At least this works for me, and I know a lot of people that do this as well. Now, another really important thing is that your brain is like a bank. And so this is a concept I read when I was around 15, and I read a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Successful Teens by Stephen Corfield, something like that. I'm not sure. No, Stephen R. Covey, that's it. And the book tells you a lot about how to become a successful person as a teen, right? As a successful student, and all the other areas that he needs to develop. But one of the most important topics was about how your brain is a bank, and a bank in terms of accomplishing goals. So every time you accomplish a goal that you set out to do, you receive positive income into your brain. And every time you set out a goal to do and then you don't achieve it, then you receive negative money. So you receive a penalization. And so the richer you get in your brain bank, the more momentum you have, and the easier certain tasks will be. So you'll have more willpower. So the richer you are, the more willpower you have, and the easier some tasks will be to do. And so it's really important that you make sure you accomplish those tasks, so you can build up a really good income in your brain. And also compound interest applies too. The more willpower you get and the more things you accomplish, the more you're able to accomplish, and the ball rolls bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, now let's talk about what notes to put and how to actually write it. Okay, the first thing is don't put too little or too much. So if you're just starting out using this tactic, you probably don't want to put too much. You want to start with little things so you can build your brain up. You can start getting income to your brain on the things that you accomplished. So if you set out to do, even if you're really lazy, if you've never had daily discipline habits, then I'd say maybe just put one thing and make sure you accomplish that for a week. And after that, if you get used to it and you think it's too easy, put a second thing. And when you start building your bank up, you'll feel that you'll be able to handle more. However, if you're already experienced, don't put too little, because you know that you might be cheating yourself. If you're in a downfall and you want to take it easy on yourself, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it because you're lazy, then, and you know you can handle more, then, that's not good. The second thing is, don't put arbitrary tasks. So things like cleaning dishes, taking a shower, going to the gym, those things are not things that you should put on this list. Of course, this list is about entrepreneurship and building a business, or maybe if you're a freelancer or if you're finding a job, tasks that will propel you towards a better income. So it doesn't include a gym. But if you want to do a list for the gym as well, that could work too. It's up to you. But don't mix all the tasks in this to-do list, because this is a professional, let's call it, to-do list. It's not things that you just do on a regular basis. The next thing that I want to talk about is a thing that I did a lot, and to not use decisive words. You have in your list, you need to make sure you put decisive words like decide, conclude, things that will actually reach an outcome. Because I used to put, it's also a form of laziness, but I used to put as a to-do task, search how to start a business, for example. That is good as a start, but you need to make sure you decide on tasks. So instead of just putting search, you put search and decide 3 businesses that I can start. That is much more valuable, because not only is it more specific, but it gives you an outcome that is 3 tactics for something. And I'm still trying to apply that to my own lists. If you can actually see here, you'll see that my 4th item is search outbound strategy to grow my agency, Growy. And this is good, search, I'm gonna start researching, but it's actually not conclusive. And so I actually changed it, and I have it here, and I changed it to search and design 3 outbound strategies to grow my agency. So that is much better. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to complete the loop. You can't just leave an open-ended loop that is search something, because there's no objective. Now, the next thing is that you have to make sure these tasks will take your business to the next level. Don't do just bullshit, random shit like check emails or search articles, because if all your tasks are things that you don't have to accomplish, that don't take your business to the next level, well, you're just wasting time. You're just pretending that you're productive, but you're actually not doing anything. So I would refrain from having all your tasks things that are arbitrary. So maybe have 1 or 2 that are search and decide. The rest has to be things like set up a website, things that are specific that will take your business one step further, or send 50 emails, for example. So things that are actually practical and will help you gain new clients or whatever you need. Now, another thing that I do is that I have all the to-do list in my computer, and in the notes, I have Windows, so it's like sticky notes or something like that. And what I do is, as soon as I accomplish a task, I put into parentheses, I put a V in front of the task. So that means that I've accomplished it. And this is like a reward system, basically. But the most important thing is that you don't do it before you accomplish the task. So imagine you're doing the task now, and you're saying, oh, I'm almost finishing, right? I'm just going to put the V. You can't do that, because that's going to fuck up your reward system. Because if you say that you accomplish things before you actually done it, your brain is going to start thinking that, oh, I don't actually have to finish it before doing it. And it's just a really bad habit. So the most important thing is to complete the task, the whole task, as you determined, and then put the V, and then you'll receive the rewards. Now, the next thing is, don't cheat yourself. Imagine you didn't plan out your day well enough, and you still have a lot of tasks in the end. Just be honest with yourself and say, I didn't work hard enough today. I'm going to pass these for tomorrow, or still accomplish them today if you can. But I'm going to pass them tomorrow, but I didn't accomplish it. And and you lose points in your head, but you know that you didn't accomplish. Don't try to cheat yourself and pretend, or do the task half-assed and pretend that you finished it when you actually didn't. Because it's even worse, because you're trying to lie to yourself, and it's just, you lose even more points. The next thing is also try to have a section like I have, that is for everyday tasks, things that you do every day and don't really have to be in the top. For example, this answer emails probably will come down here in the next few weeks, but I still like it up there because it's just I have a lot of emails and a lot of different types of businesses and things that I have to answer. So I don't know. For now, it just is up there, but I'll probably move it down there one, because if you put everything in a big ass list, you know, it's not going to motivate you, because you're going to see this list that has like 10 items, and it's going to be like, whoa, this is too much shit, and you're not going to be motivated to accomplish it. So if you have things separated, it might help you out even more. You can be excited for things that are actually, you know, specific for that day, things that are new and fresh, instead of just the old and boring that you have to do every day. Also, a really cool thing is to have a section for things that you have to do in the future, like I have here. So you can put it in the same exact list, or you can put it in the section below if you want. That's what I did actually. And it's basically the things that you might have to do in the future, but are not really for that day, or they're not really an emergency. And so this just helps you keep things in track and not have things all in your brain, and just lets you write down tasks that you have to do in the future, but you don't have to do right now. And the last thing is, don't put more than 6 to 10 things that you have to do in a day. Now, if it's really small things, of course you can put more, right? If it takes like 10 minutes for each thing, of course you can put a lot more. But if it's just regular things that take maybe half an hour to 1 hour, don't put 6 to 10 more, because you're more likely to not accomplish. This also comes with the bank, right, system, right? So the more things you accomplish, the more days you have in a row that you complete all the tasks or most of the tasks, you'll have a lot more positive income, which means you can handle more and you'll have more willpower. So that's also up to the person. Now, let's talk about next level upgrades on programming your day and how this might benefit you as well. One thing that a lot of people I know use is Pomodoro. Pomodoro is like a timer, a 25-minute timer that helps you just focus on, start working on the tasks for 25 minutes, and you cannot leave before you complete those 25 minutes, because a lot of times starting to work is the hardest part. There's a resistance, as it talks about in my last video, and it's an energy that doesn't let you start. But once you start and you're in the groove, it's actually a lot easier. So Pomodoro can be really good for that. Also, another cool thing that you can do that I've tried, but I'll explain why I don't do it now, is to set a specific time length for tasks. So if you know that it will take only 20 minutes, you write that down, and so you won't waste an hour and a half on that, because you know it's not useful, and you're just wasting time pretending to be productive. And the third next level upgrade is to set specific times of the day for each task, and you can even add arbitrary tasks that you have to do in that schedule. So imagine like from 7 to 9 you make videos or you write blog content, and then from 9 to 10 you go to the gym, or 9 to 11 you go to the gym. After that you have lunch, breakfast, and then after that you have to send emails. You know, you can plan your day like that. And I'm now going to talk about why I don't do these upgrades, although I think they could be valuable for some people. The first one, I don't use Pomodoro because I have a job right now as a receptionist. As a receptionist, there's always people coming in or going out, and checking out, checking out, but I don't do that time of the day. And there's always interruptions, and you know, your brain can't really get into the deep work, which is quite annoying, to be honest. But it wouldn't make sense to have a 25 timer, because if there's always interrupting and emails coming in as well, you know, it's not worth it, because the likelihood of something happening within 25 minutes in my job is very high, and so it's just not worth it. The second upgrade that I don't do now, although I've tried it before, which is set specific time lengths for each task. I don't do it because, to be honest, it's too time consuming to do it that every single day or even the night before. But I might try it again in the future, you know, because although I believe I do use my time efficiently, everything can be optimized even more. However, I do think that I don't really waste time in tasks, because I'll do some tasks I do like. I don't like to spend a lot of time on them. And so I like to finish things before I move on to the next thing, even if I have to take a break. And the next thing is the next upgrade would be the set specific time of the day to do things, to have a specific schedule for the day. And although I like the theory of it, I've tried it before and I hated it, to be honest, because my personality is, if you follow Jordan Peterson and you've done his test, which is the 5 personality test, one of the aspects is conscientiousness. And conscientiousness is like basically how ambitious you are, but it also ties into orderliness. So how orderly you have a room, and as you can see, order, but it's not that much. You don't see the table here, but it's not that good. And also industriousness. So once you set specific goals and all that. And I believe in my test, I was high in conscientiousness, so I'm pretty high in ambition. I'm pretty high in industriousness. I like to do things a certain way, but not that high. So like I'm more flexible. And the thing is, the orderliness was quite low, which means I believe I'm quite good for entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship, you need high ambition, but at the same time, you need to be able to strive in chaos. And that's the name of the game, right? Even you can look at my room, like chaos doesn't really bother me. It bothers me a little bit, like my conscientious side, but it doesn't really bother too much because I can still work well in chaos. So this meant that by having a fixed schedule, it didn't give me the flexibility to actually live my life, and it wouldn't feel right to me, because I've tried this before and didn't like it too much. And now it's also very time consuming and I think a little bit pointless. Anyways, I hope this helped you out, guys, understand how I plan my own day. And I'm really excited to know how you guys plan your own day, and please leave them in the comments below so I can see, like, maybe get some ideas for myself. I don't know. We don't know what we don't know. And so it really curious, because I don't know how other people plan their day. I know some, but not too many. Anyways, if you like this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe, because we post videos every day about entrepreneurship and how to better yourself in the world of business. And comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. And until next time, peace.